Hey, what's up, everybody? And tonight's live stream, we're getting started here. I'm going with something fresh, something new tonight, especially after last week. I had a pretty rough time after I finished up the live stream last week, and this week I just kind of want to take a break from anything old. So, hence the 2019 menu number 15 poutine from our good friends up north, the Canadians. Now, I've had this menu before. The last time I had it, though, was probably 3 or 4 years ago. I had the first review of poutine up uh, on YouTube, period. And I also had, I think it was the first review ever of poutine because it was a newer menu, if I remember right. And I think it was a 2015 that I did. But and it was at that time it was considered really fresh. It might have been 2 years old. But hello, Miss Marilyn. What's up, Daniel? Zeno. But yeah, I remember the poutine video being kind of a big deal for me. I think Bob sent that to me. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch that video, which I have not done. I vaguely remember what was in the older one that I did, and I think the older one I did might have been a 2014 or 15. I can't remember. Something like that. Let me switch over to live chat because it's always on top chat. It's never right. Alitha. I never can say that right. Alitha, right? Alitha Bennett. Okay, I think I got it right. What's up, JW? Dub C is here. I would encourage anyone who is in here right now who hasn't been around for a long time or someone that's newer to this type of stuff to check out all of the links to other ration reviewers and things like that I have in my description. Also, there's links to Minotaur and MRE Nation down there. Discount code, which I'm not sure still works, but it may or may not. OS 10, simple enough to try. Stuff like that. Cool stuff in my description. I check out most of the descriptions of videos that I watch on YouTube. And when I click on a description and there's not really anything there for me to explore, it bums me out a little bit. Because it's a great way to share other folks that you have, that might have the same type of hobby you have or whatever in common, or say it's a vlogger or something like that, other vloggers. But YouTube's more of a competition to most people. It's not like the ration review community where we all just kind of get along. So let's see, what's up there. I see Vince is here. Salty, what's up? So I do have, I'm going to do something. It's not super old, but it's old enough, I guess. It's a 2002, which it tells you right there. Limited edition Coca-Cola. This is a collectible. These were sold as a collectible. And this is John Andretti. He drove for Petty, the Richard Petty team back then in 2002, which would have been 18 years ago. Man, I was a kid back then. Thinking back to 2002, I only had one kid back then. That was in between my two children being born, so I had one, and didn't have the second one yet. Yeah, I was young. 2002. That was a long time ago. I assume this is probably not a twist top. Yeah, I don't think so. It's definitely going to screw my board up because it's going to sweat on it. It is cold at the moment. I'm curious to see what 18 years has done to this, because obviously this was sold as a collectible. Coca-Cola is a super iconic brand in America and essentially all over the world. I mean, it has reach, and it's in a lot of different countries, and they do a lot of different things in other countries, different flavors that they don't have here. This one in particular is just your classic Coca-Cola Classic. It's a little tiny 8 fluid ounce bottle, which is kind of reminds me of being a kid also, like these little bottles. You get one of these little bottles for like, I think they were They might have been 50 cents. And there was usually always the bottle opener right there. You opened it right there in the store after you bought it. Just kind of that classic experience with a Coca-Cola. Again, this was sold as a collectible, so this thing could have been sitting on a shelf. I mean, it has definitely lost some of its color. There's some floaties in there that I'm noticing. A little bit of solid crap in the bottom there. Oh, look, it's got a price tag on it. I wonder where that came from. Yeah, because that's not what I bought it for. Anyway, that somebody must have just left it on there, not turned it over. But it's definitely lost some of its color, so the sun has worked on this thing at least some. And I don't think there's been any oxygen get in there. I hope not. I don't see any heavy corrosion or anything. There is a little bit of rust on the cap. Let me flip it around there so it's legible. Focus. Maybe. There we go. There's your ingredients list. Good old high fructose corn syrup. Let's see. Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, and or sucrose, caramel color, phosphoric acid, natural flavors, caffeine, nutrition, and consumer information. Call 1-800-438-2653. I wonder if it's still the same number. What else do we have here? Here's another ingredients list. It's exactly the same, but it's not going to tell me. It'll be interesting to see if this has changed flavor at all. It's been a while since I've had an old Coke. The last old Coke that I had was 35 years old, I believe. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get right into this. And actually, no, I'm going to have this with my meal. Why not? I'm going to have it with my meal. I'm going to set it off to the side because it is, like I said, it's sweating all over my board there. I'm going to leave a nice ring. There's another one up there, as you can see. Let's see what's in this 2019 Poutine individual meal pack. This is the typical meal that they give to Canadian forces. The guys get 3 of these in a day if they don't have access to any type of field kitchen or cafeteria or anything like that. This is the type of food that they're going to be supplied with. And that's the way I like to open my IMPs. Everybody does it different, but I like it because I can make it look like basically wasn't open. Yep. I see Gundog is here. What's up, Gundog? Gundog, I got some stuff I want to send you, man. All right, let's see what's in here. Okay, starting off with a Mars bar, and Blindside actually gave me a Mars bar before, and I have it right here. I should have compared it last week to a classic Mars bar, and I had that omelet with ham last week that ended up, I think it was from 1994 if I remember correctly, and if you guys will probably remember if you was here that I was pretty much struggling with that by the end of the live stream, and I left to take my dogs for a little walk after that, and I gotta say that's the first time I ever. No, it's not. It's not the first time, because the first time was a Canadian IMP that I got sick, and that was because of old cream or old milk. But I got sick from the omelet last week. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail, but definitely wasn't a good experience. Something has busted in here. I'm not sure what. As you can see, we have some white dustiness all over everything. Let me wipe that off really quick. Here we have one of my favorites out of the Canadian IMPs, the raspberry jam. This stuff is my jam. I love the raspberry jam. I'm going to cover up that little little mishap right there, so we ain't got to continue to look at that. Oh, this is what it is. Dang it. So, the Nescafe Sweet and Creamy. Oh, there it is. it does have a hole in it right there. Daggone it. I'm going to try to salvage as much of that as I can. I'm just going to set it down there nice and gingerly and try not to scatter it any more than it already is. It's all through this bag, though, so everything in here is coated with the Nescafe Sweet and Creamy coffee mix. Next up, we have the peanut butter and banana trail mix. Very nicely vacuum packed. This stuff right here, I'm going to bet would last for a long time. Right there's your date, the 141st day of 2019. This stuff has 250 calories in it. Where's our sugar at? And it's got 3 grams of fiber. That's not bad. But this is all... We got sweetened banana chips, peanut butter in a crunchy shell, so I'm going to guess Reese's Pieces. What else is in here? Diced coconut, I see. Not seeing anything else. So coconut, banana chips, and Reese's Pieces. But my guess is that stuff right there would probably last, I don't know, in the right storage condition, probably 100 years, being as vacuum packed as it is. What's up, Karsten? Just looked down and seen Karsten is here. I got some stuff from Karsten right here on standby right next to me. I might dig into a little bit of that. Shake this stuff off. Everything's dirty, so it's going to take me an extra minute or so to get things out. Here we have 2 sports drinks. They're both fruit punch. Sometimes I wish they'd mix it up and give you 2 different ones, but you know, if you want a larger drink, you get the double up there and have a larger drink all at once. And it's nice to save one. Save one for later. Here's our peanut butter. Yeah, there we go. I just watched History Savior's video, and he was having some billiards. I like the billiards hot sauce. I just noticed that he mentioned we got some Tabasco in here. No Franks. This looks like a Australian Tabasco. Let me look here. Packaged in Japan. Interesting. That date code on that thing's weird too. 040321. I don't see a standard date code on there, but that looks like the ones that they put in the Australian CR1Ms. I've never seen a Tabasco like this in an IMP. Not to say that they're not. Obviously, the 2019s, they might have switched around, but as you can see right here, this was packaged in Japan. Best before end, see the left side. The left side? Meaning here? So does that mean April? Oh, yeah, that's what it is. April 3rd of 2021. That doesn't have a very long, let's see, it'd be a 2-year shelf life on that. That's surprising. Here we have our Tic Tacs. Whoops. 4 of those in there. If I can show you, there you go. 4 of those in there. And those look like they have a 2020 Best Buy date on them. It's surprising as well. Oh yeah, right there's where a lot of the coffee creamer went. Or, well, it's not coffee creamer, but I'm dumping it in the coffee cup right now instead of throwing it on the floor. Or dusting it off in the floor, I should say. Oh, yes. The Wild Berry Yogurt Drink Mix. This is awesome. What a find. This stuff here, if you guys have never seen this stuff before, you're in for a treat. It's just awesome to even look at. Oh, there's a lot more of the powder. Hang on. I dump this over in the cup. Alright. We have our tortillas. These are plain tortillas, I believe. Alright. It's all in French. It doesn't... Product of the USA. These are not the Chipotle ones, I don't think. I think these are the regular tortillas. I wish they left the bread in the poutine, to be 100% honest with you. I'm a fan of the Canadian bread. Here we have some Canadian matches. White tip. Those are different. Strike on back. These are made by Pembroke, Ontario, by Eddie Match. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, here's our little Canadian wet nap. You add some water to that, and you got your wet nap. I've seen people try to eat those before. Shake off all that powder. We have some sliced pears. If I'm going to get fruit, I like to get the pears. The pears is a good option there versus the peaches or the mixed fruit. Here we have our poutine, which feels a little bloated as per usual. It's not out of the normal. Yep, French fries, potatoes and canola. Oh, Dub C, gotta love the IMPs. We got a great community. You are all awesome. Sorry about your coffee, Oldsmokey. Oh man, it's all good. I got coffee on standby. You know that. I keep that stuff on standby. But thanks for the super chat, my dude. Appreciate that, my man. I don't know if I have a link to Dub C's channel or not in my description. I don't know. If I don't, simple enough, type in Dub C, just like you see it right there. You'll find his channel that way. I would definitely suggest you guys going and checking out his channel. Here's your Canadian beverage bag. Nice gusseted bottom. Bottom that opens up on that. I might actually use that tonight. Oh, look at that. I got a spoonful. Look at this. Or a sporkful. A sporkful of the powder. Like I said, everything's pretty coated. Wipe this off a little bit. And I gotta say, the Canadians nailed it with this utensil. I think this utensil is great. It's most definitely I just had a brain fart. Influenced by the US MRE spoon. It's a little bit longer than the US MRE spoon, and it's also a spork. So I think that is awesome. But yeah, it's got a little bit of length on it, about an extra inch, I would say, roughly, a rough guesstimate. I'm going to be able to salvage most of the Nescafe sweet and creamy. There's your Canadian issued butt ration or toilet paper or napkin, most likely, that most people will use this for. They don't really give you a proper toilet paper like the Americans do. I'm going to throw that in the back there. Yep. And there's what's left in the bag. I'm going to go ahead and dump this over in my coffee cup. Right here. Kind of stuck underneath the flaps in the bottom of the aluminum. Try to get as much of it out of there as I can. Good enough. Good enough. Gotta say, salvaged quite a bit of it there. Should be able to make a decent cup still. Now I'm going to go ahead and go throw my poutine into some hot water. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Son of a gun. Look at that. Oh, oh, that stinks. I'll be daggone. Um, holy cow, man. So, I need to find another option. This package was not sealed properly. Look at that. That is not a failure or a cut or anything like that. Well, I mean, it is a failure of not being sealed properly. I gotta say, this is the absolute first time I have ever seen this, and it's leaking all over my table, and it is literally disgusting. Um, give me a second. I thought it was bloated. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong, and it was not bloated at all. I gotta quit saying It was not bloated at all. It had a freaking hole in it. So, I've got to get this cleaned up. I need wet. And you can wet this one. I haven't made a big mess, but it stinks. Oh, man, I was looking forward to eating this too. It's been a long time since I had the poutine. Alright, cool, thanks. Huh. Never seen a main from IMP go bad. I have. I've had a main from an IMP make me sick. Chicken a la king is what it was. It made me sicker than a dog because it had cream in it and it was bad. But that right there, I mean, this is impressive. We're not going to stop right here. I want to look at this. I'm already. Oh, it smells so bad, so bad. Let me. And it's like it's quite greasy. I guess this would be a good time to say that this IMP was made possible by our good friend CT. Thanks, CT, for the opportunity to dig into an IMP. Alright, so how am I going to do this? Get my knife out. Yeah, can't trust those Canucks. Yeah. No, man, he's great people. You guys got to go check out CT's channel. Yeah, you guys will have to give me a minute. I'm going to have to, after we look at this, reassess what I'm doing here. Oh, man. Doesn't, like, look horrible. I'm gonna smell it. It smells a bit sour. It doesn't smell horrible. I just, there's no way I could even attempt to eat that. No way. I once kneeled on a can of Pop-Top sardines I had in the pocket of my BDU pants whilst hunting, and it burst the seal. You talk about a strong smell. Oh yeah, yeah. I can bet Fordman 777. Let me get my knife out here. Oh, that's falling apart. Can't even skewer it. The chicken, I mean, looks like chicken still. Stop it. I can't, I mean, it's just literally falling apart. There's a cheese curd right there. There's a French fry, or really a boiled potato cut in the shape of a French fry. There they are. Yeah, there's no way, guys. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get rid of this. I'll be back, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Okay. So, I don't know. I honestly just I didn't plan for there to be a sidetrack because I never would have dreamed a 2019 IMP main would have been bad like that. It's weird that this has a hole in it as well. Like, for there to be two defects in the same meal. Never had poutine, but it sounds delicious. Poutine is your French fries covered with gravy, cheese curds, and mushrooms is what's in there. And this it's got a brown gravy in it. I think it's chicken, and it always also has chicken. Sorry, which I think the addition of the chicken is a great addition. I don't think that's a typical thing with all poutines, but I do like the chicken. I wish that poutine was good. Like my mug, yeah, my mug is cool. It's Bob Ross, and it changes colors, so we'll check that out. I'm gonna have to go find a main. I have a couple ORPs that I didn't finish, and I think I have one that has like some kind of weird like soup or something in it that B Temple was telling me that was really good, and I don't think I've ever tried it. What is that? It's cardboard. Okay. So yeah, let me go see what main I can dig up really quick, and then I'll be right back. I'll see if I can. We got to have something to go with all this stuff. Okay, this is what I dug up. This is 3 years older than what we have here. It's 2 years past its best by date, almost 2 years. As I say, a year and a half. But I have Thai-style chicken soup, a mildly spiced soup with coconut chicken and brown rice. I'm pretty sure this is the one that B Temple said was really good. Let me hit him up real quick and see if I can get his opinion on this. I think this is what he said. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Take a picture of it and send it to him real quick. There we go. The coconut kind of throws me off a little bit, but Thai soup, pears, and tortillas. Yeah, no. Yeah, it doesn't sound right, does it? Not that poutine made a whole lot of sense here either, Gundog. Poutine doesn't go with tortillas. I think it went much better with the traditional hamburger bun. And yeah, I've never had this Thai style chicken soup out of the ORPs before. I have a couple of these. I think that I've just avoided eating this menu because I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. The coconut milk, like that's the second, or yeah, that's water, coconut milk, chicken, 12% of it's chicken, and then brown long grain rice is 11%. But water and coconut, it says, is 13%, chicken 12%, long grain rice is 11%, tomatoes, shallots, cream coconut 2%, red chili 2%, chicken stock. What else is in here? Lime juice, soy sauce, ginger, sugar. There's a lot of ingredients in here. Coriander, lime leaves, basil, salt, lemongrass, garlic, uh, galangal, Galangal. I don't know what that is. Standby entree. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out is the entree. I guess, I don't know. I need to get something heating up. By the way, Rachel, Sunshine, thank you for the super chat there. Holy cow. Um, wow. As I say, 7 beers are a main meal. Yeah, true that. True that. What else do I? Let me see what else I've got right here on standby. You put a lime in the. Oh, yeah. And shake it all up. Yeah, I definitely did not think this was going to be the outcome today. What else do I have here? I'm just trying to see what I have setting just on standby here. I do have the Minotaur, the Beast, sitting here with some mains left in it. I couldn't even put a dent in that thing when we done it on the live stream. Like, this thing is humongous. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm gonna scream. Alright, what do I have in here? I have a pizza slice. I've got beef stew. I guess beef stew could work. Beef ravioli and meat sauce. Do what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any clue. I definitely did not plan for this because it's very, very unusual for something like this to be the case. So it looks like I have beef stew in there. Let me see if B Temple has answered me on this main. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Just going for the Thai style chicken soup. We're going to have Thai style chicken soup tonight. That's it. It's already on. Just going to drop it in. Whew. Decision has been made. Heck with it. Wagyu ribeyes. That sounds amazing. I don't know that I've ever splurged on Wagyu before. I can't remember if I had that when I was in New York or not. B Temple said it was a Russian collusion with the poutine. That's funny. They're trying to kill me. Trying to wipe Oldsmokey out. If anyone has an MRE they're willing to part with, I will gladly take the contribution. Bus Stop. I don't know who Bus Stop. That's new. That's a newer name in the chat. I think you've been in here a week or two. I've seen the name around. Let's see. Matches. Pretty much all that stuff is extras. Put it over there. Oh, I'm here. Let's do this because I'm making a mess. Just get a decent hole ripped in there. Yeah, what a cluster of stuff going on here with this Canadian IMP tonight. Which, I mean, the Nest Cafe, that's not a big deal. I mean, it did powder bomb everything, but outside of that, it's not hurting anything. Excuse me. But the poutine had the potential. I mean, it didn't even leak on the box that I noticed. The box wasn't even wet. It's like it didn't leak until I took it out, but the seal was definitely already compromised. But I think there was like a chunk of something stuck in there that maybe prevented it from leaking. I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't make sense. Let's add some hot water to this bad boy. I know Miss Renee said she might not make it tonight. Less water, less water. And I add more water. Oh, hey now. Probably should add a little bit of extra coffee to this since I went a tad overboard. I'm going to use this little tiny spoon and add just a little bit of coffee in there since I definitely overfilled. And I'm also going to add a little bit of this sweet and condensed milk in there. Whoa, Fred. Smokey keeping it real. Well, thank you, Fred. And we had Fred, Sunshine, Rachel Sunshine, and let's see, who was the first? Dub C was the first. Rachel Sunshine, and then Fred. Thank you for the super chat, Fred. Appreciate you, my man. Live chat, live chat. My brain is not working properly today for some reason. Now, I had a spoon set aside here that I wanted to use that I haven't used in a while. I can't find my CR1M spoon. And I got this one that Steve sent me, it's K-Bar. The only reason I don't really like this one is because it comes apart right there, and if you get liquid or any type of food up around this area, it kind of gets there, but it's still a really cool utensil. I mean, you can use it broken down like that in two, or you can put it together and have you a longer spork, like so. It's pretty cool. Also have the foreignmre.com eating utensil here. But that's not the one I'm looking for at the moment. Right here. Boom. This is the one I'm looking for. This is out of a 1952 meal flight feeding individual. That's what this came out of. Yep. It's a pretty awesome spoon. Oh, what happened to my chat? Disappeared completely. I gotta say, for this thing being as old as it is, it's pretty awesome to still be as clear as it is. And it's exactly like that spoon, except it's clear. I like the clear. I think it's really cool. But they're exactly the same, other than the clear. Alright. There's our spreads. Trail mix. Let's get this opened up and see what it's looking like. Rachel Smokey, what? Wait, what? What am I going to smoke on tonight? I'm going to have one of, going to be having one of these, what would they be, 1938 to 1944, German military smokes. So these would have actually been issued to the German military. I'm looking forward to having another one of these. I've had one before, and I'm going to cherish every single one of them. There's one in that package that's not smokable. This looks like pretty much banana chips. What the heck? It's supposed to be peanut butter and banana trail mix, but basically just looks like... Okay, there's a little bit of Reese's Pieces down in there, and some cocoa nut. Hi, Smokey. Greetings from Germany. Alex W. Well, thank you, Alex W. from Germany. Appreciate you stopping by, my man, and thank you for the super chat. Super chat. Appreciate that, my man. Or, actually, I don't know if you're... Alex could be a girl or a boy. So, I apologize for making an assumption there. That was kind of crappy of me. to do, well, that is steaming hot. I don't know if you guys can see the steam coming off of that. JW says, what's up, Alex? But yeah, I'm definitely going to be having one of those German smokes, and I'm, double down. I'll be having one of these 1989 or 90 Camel in a can from the Camel keg can. So let's see, what would that be? 30-year-old Camel and a 70, almost 80. Well, it could be 80-year-old German smoke that I cannot pronounce the name of that brand. Now let's hope that these pears are intact. I don't even want to take a chance of sticking the knife down in there and accidentally cutting it and being my fault. But you guys could see that the seam was opened up on the last one, on the poutine. Let me go grab the Thai-style chicken soup before it gets overly heated. And there it is. It's heated up now. Just so you know, I'm going to set it aside for a few. And all these pouches have the heating instructions on it. It says right on there, not applicable to fruit. But I have seen so many people heat the fruit up. I don't understand what they were thinking. No, I mean, other than maybe apples. Like spiced apples, or I mean, you could even heat the regular Canadian apples if you had something to put over top of, or some kind of sweet bread or something like that to go along with it. Even over the Canadian hamburger bun would work with some heated apples. But pears, no. Mixed fruit, no. Peaches, no. They are not meant to be heated up. Period. End of story. You don't heat the fruit up. You can heat the apples, like I said, if you want to have hot apples. But outside of that, what am I doing? Just don't want this to squirt everywhere. There we go. And it did anyway. Of course. Of course. Well, those look really nice and tasty. No complaints there. That is easily an entire pear, if not a little bit more, maybe a pear and a quarter, pear and a half of a small pear. Yeah, I'm a fan of the pears. Not nowhere near as much as of the peaches. The peaches are okay. I mean, they're edible, but I like the texture of the pears better. Ah, yes, you could have some peach cobbler, but like you'd have to have, again, some sort of sweet bread or something to put that with. And peach cobbler, like without the cream, some sort of like sweet cream to go along with it, it just doesn't do it for me. My mom fixes, what did I say? Stewed apples. Stewed apples for breakfast all the time. They go good with fresh biscuit. Yes. That's what I like. If I go to Tudor's Biscuit World, what I get is an apple. I think it's called an apple biscuit, which is like your spiced apples, cinnamon and sugar, spiced apples, cooked apples, I guess is what they're also referred to around here, on a biscuit. And I always get extra apples because there's never enough apples just on the biscuit itself. What? Cyborg. Waiting long for that Xeno. My spouse is from Helmond, NL. What's NL? NL. I love spiced apples from the American MRE. Yeah, they're okay. I think they're a little bit overly sweetened. They're the syrup stuff that they have in there is just overly done. The apple butter that Miss Renee makes is fantastic. And my family used to get together and they'd make apple butter, and it was just some of the best stuff in the world. The stuff Miss Renee makes has bigger chunks of apples in it, which I like. But I also like the stuff that my family used to make back in the day, of more of a finer apple salt or apple butter. Yeah, apple butter. I don't know if I'm gonna have a place for these tortillas. I'm gonna have to try this Thai style chicken soup before I break into the tortillas, because I don't know if I need those or not. I'm gonna make up one of these fruit punches right now, though. I know that. Go ahead and oh yeah, that's got, never mind, that's got poutine all over it. That's what I was going to use, but changed my mind. So we're doing the fruit punch that came with it here. Sports drink. Does it say anything with fruit? No. You got your fruit punch, Superman cup. Do I have a bottle? 250 milliliters. So half of this bottle of water. That'll do. Give it a quick mix. Maybe get them tortillas out of the way. So I'm trying to get my son to film the first video that I got coming back. Just me and him having an IMP outside somewhere. Been working on that. Got another one filmed today. Done. It's filmed. It's not edited, but it's filmed. Gundog says he has to roll. You all have a nice remainder of your weekend. Gundog's taking off. Before you take off, man, hit that thumbs up or down if you don't mind. Let Google know what you're thinking. Whether you hate it, whether you like it, whether you love it. If you're unsure, I guess that would be not hitting any button at all. If you hate it, hit the thumbs down. If you like it, hit that thumbs up. Let Google know what is going on. Let's see. Spread the bottom of the pouch and add cold water to the line. Zip tight and shake vigorously. It says cold water. I think this would be best with actual chilled water. Everyone check out my channel. I could use the video view number to go up. Yeah, it's tough starting out bus stop, I'll tell you. Especially nowadays, whenever Google is really, or I should say YouTube's really pressing for the network television takeover of YouTube. That every video pops up. It's A&E, History Channel, MSNBC, CBS. They all have their own YouTube channels now, and they're all getting in it. And that, and also movie stars that have started their own YouTube channels are getting pressed hard. Sugar, milk protein, concentrated maltodextrin, isomalt, oligosaccharides, yeah, blueberry juice powder, that's cool, sea salt, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, xanthan gum. Decent list of ingredients, I guess. There you go. The powder itself has a really light pink hue to it. I don't know if you can really tell. I'd really like to have this on like a bowl or in a cup, maybe. Okay, I'll show you guys a little trick. Because there is no line on the inside of this pouch, okay? So you take your bag and you fold it like so on the line. Fold it real good. Dump your powder out like I am. Not too bright. I said my brain's not working right today. Fold it like that. Flip it over. Fold it again on that line. when you open it up, you'll be able to see your line down in there. Now it says to open the bottom up like so, and then fill it to the line and get what I can of this powder and put it back into the bag if I can. It smells amazing. I'm gonna try just this powder on its own. It's got a very yogurt flavor to it. It's like very yogurty. Not very sweet. I do need to clean up the tray because that's where the soup will be going. I feel like this would work with the just dumping the pears in there and mixing it up would have made an amazing mix. What's up, James? So I guess I'm just going to use room temperature water here. It says cold, but I think that's what we mean is cold. Alright. And I'm not going to add as much water as it says to add because I want this to be thick. So that's all the water I'm going to add, which is I put about 3/4 of the recommended, maybe a little less, maybe about 65% or so. I'm going to fold this up and try not to make a mess. Should have put less water. I can already tell. Yeah, I wish I had like 10 pouches of this. This is one of the best things that they put in the modern IMPs that I can think of. By the way, I don't know if Tracy's on here, but just in case, Miss Marilyn is wonderful. Just so y'all know, because I know Mr. Tracy Phillips would prefer me to say that, because he usually sends that to me in a message, and I try to take care of that before he has to. Because you won't get any argument from me. I think I have everything opened up except the peanut butter and jam, which I guess the tortillas can be used for that. Although I'd much, again, prefer the bread. Let's see what the, I'm going to use a bowl. Yep. Going to use a bowl. I'm going to wipe this bowl out before I use this bowl, but alright. Thai style chicken soup is going into my Milmac bowl. Every time I open a main, it goes flying everywhere. Need to check back and see if B Temple said this is the one. Get a whiff of this. Oh, it smells really good. Oh wow, look at the chunks of chicken. Interesting. You got your long grain brown rice in there, it said. I think it was brown. I don't think it was white. It's brown rice, pretty sure. Yep. Brown long grain rice. Water, coconut milk, chicken, tomato shallots, creamed coconut, red chili, and chicken stock are the main ingredients, and then there's all kinds of really radical seasonings in here. So they really tried to spice it up. And I gotta say, it looks pretty daggone appetizing. I'll get you guys a close-up of that real quick before I dig into it. Look at that. There's a lot of oil in there, I can see. You can see it kind of floating on the top right there on the right-hand side. Right there. Let's get a piece of that chicken to the top. There we go. Some substantial chunks of chicken there. Can't really see, it's kind of covered with rice, but I guess if I took my time and strained this out, put some chicken and rice into a tortilla, that might actually be pretty good. Chop a little piece of the chicken off there. Just try that to start with. Chunk of the chicken. I'll flip it over, see if we can see inside it. Nope, it's pretty much marinated all the way through. Alright, here we go, down the hatch. Oh wow, that is really good. Very hearty. I gotta say that the chicken stock comes through really, really prevalent in the flavor. Definitely picking up on the coconut, but it's not strong, which is what I was kind of worried about with this particular main, is it being overpowered by the coconut. Let's see. Yeah, there's a big old chunk of chicken right there. So, yeah, and a great big, huge chunk of chicken right there. So big chunks of chicken in there. 4 big pieces. Well, 2 big and 2 smaller pieces of chicken. Get some of the soup with the rice there. Let's see how it is. Hot. It's definitely that classic Thai flavor that you would think of. If someone told you that they were going to feed you this, this is pretty much exactly what you would imagine that it would taste like. The chicken is moist. It's not dry. It's got a really nice flavor. It's not bland. The chicken isn't, just erased by all the other ingredients. But a lot of the ingredients, I would say, are coming through in this. The spices, the lime, I'm picking up a lot of, not a lot, but it definitely enhances the flavor in here. The different limes and the lemongrass. I don't really pick up the basil or coriander so much, but the garlic, I'm tasting that. So overall, this is a really decent meal, and I think I am going to try some of this on a tortilla if I can strain it out enough and it not be like a soupy tortilla. I mean, because this is a soup. I guess I should mention that the tomato is very rich. In here, very creamy. That is fantastic. Way better than I had thought it was going to be. I didn't think I was going to like this one so much, but I gotta say, I would eat this again. And I think I have a couple more of these that I've avoided over the years, stashed away somewhere. Yeah, it's awesome to eat just on its own as a soup. The rice, the tomato kind of brings it all together, makes it whole. Yeah, I like this. Miss Kaylin says she would eat this soup. Yeah, it's way better than I thought. Howdy, y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all doing good. Sorry, been gone sitting in South Carolina on the beach for my brother's wedding and for the calls. Well, thank you, Blindside, and hope you're enjoying your time down there. Hopefully, the beaches are rather empty and you can really enjoy those beaches right now. I know with this quarantine, I saw some videos people made of them going to the beach, and it was just basically like having a private beach to themselves. And I have chicken soup in my beard. Of course I do. What else would I be doing with it if it wasn't in my beard? It's got to be in my beard. Now, I want to open this up and show you guys what this looks like. Look at that. This is something you kind of want to eat with a spoon. Let me see, what do I have here I can put this in? I want to have it in a clear glass, so I'm going to break out the Gremlins cup, and that's what it's going to go in. I'm going to want every bit of that out of there. Want any floaties or anything in there? So let me make sure I don't want any dust or anything in my yogurt. Alright. Myself a little spout. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Really smell that yogurt. Now this is going to be something that's actually quite good for you, those enzymes that are contained in that yogurt. And this is basically, they powderized, freeze-dried the yogurt itself. Yeah, I want to get every bit of that out of there that I can. But yeah, man, glad to see you on here. Sadly, the pier that's right beside us is closed. That figures. See, Mickey Joe made it. Mickey Joe's MRE reviews. Oh, is that one of those BS Canadian air-based protein shakes? Well, I happen to really like this. A lot better than the chocolate protein drink that the Americans have. It's better than the what was the other protein drink that I had recently? It was in an international ration. I can't remember what it was. It was chocolate though. And this, just being what it is awesome in my opinion. But I'm not going to dig into that just yet. We're going to get these tortillas opened up. I didn't plan on having these tortillas. Produced in 2018, 338th day. So, about a month before the end of the year. There they are, plain tortillas. The Aussie chocolate drink. That may be it. That may be it. It's been a little while since I had one of those, though. Can't even remember what I've had recently. But there they are. They're not split, which is a good thing. Especially if you got a soupy-based soup like I have here. Now I'm going to chop up the chicken in here some. So I can spread it out a little bit better in this tortilla. And then I'm going to try to strain some of that tomato juice off of there. Tomato you know, the soupy base. Yeah, there's a big chunk right there still. Okay. Guess I could try it with half of one maybe to start with. What did I get that on there? Huh, must have came from the soup. Piece of tomato. I'm trying to think if I could do this with half of one. Probably not. Yeah, we'll just use the whole thing. I'll strain it off the best I can. There we go. It's definitely not wanting to strain very well. You can tell I'm in deep concentration right now. Got really quiet. Oh, wondering Marine vet's here. Is that right? I seen JW Speaker say, "Oh, he is. Wow, what's up, dude? Long time no see, man. It's been a minute since I seen you around or seen you pop up on YouTube or anything of that nature." All right, so I am going to try to. Oh no, don't split on me. Not with this soupy crap in here. Oh, come on. Well, I'm going to do my best to try to eat this without making a huge mess. History Savior, hey, wondering veteran. Mickey Joe says, "What's up, homie?" Mickey, it's a yogurt. Yeah, it's the mixed berry yogurt. Mickey Joe's saying it's air based, which it is quite fluffy, and there's it does fluff up. But if you let it set a little bit and kind of jostle it around, you get some of that air out of there. Let's see how this is. I did my best. I did. Look, and it's ripping down the middle. They always do this. Well, that rip at the bottom definitely is hindering the status of this tortilla. I want you guys to see this chicken, though. Look at that. Yeah, that looks awesome. You can see it's making a mess. I'm just going to have to try to wolf this down because it's going to fall apart if I lay it down. The tortilla actually works really well with this Thai style chicken soup. I didn't think the tomato was going to work for me with the tortilla, but surprisingly, all the ingredients mix well together, and the flour of the tortilla really doesn't kind of overpower anything. It just mixes really well with the other flavors, and it kind of tames down the tomato flavor itself. But the chicken in there, thank goodness there's plenty of it. This kind of reminds me of a chicken taco that I get at Taco Bell. It's got like a chipotle ranch on it. And this has some similar flavors going on in it. Hmm. Sorry, I got my mouth full here. That totally works. I could just as easily use that to make another wrap here. And save the peanut butter and jelly. The chili cheese burritos. Ours did still have them recently. But they're nowhere near like... They used to be like that big around. The chili cheese burritos. And they were amazing. It was like a bowl of chili and cheese in a tortilla. It was just a huge amount of chili and cheese inside. The last one I got was so lacking on the chili and cheese that it was just like eating a chili cheese flavored tortilla. It sucked. I'm getting some of that air out of there. As you can see, comes right up to the top. We'll let that set back there for a few. Let's try out this fruit punch sports drink. Well, that is so much better than I remember it. I wonder if they changed the formula up on this. Lightly sweet. I could go without all that food coloring because there's just way too much food coloring in that, just like the American one. It's not quite as bad, but it's pretty close. You know, it's not far off from being that nuclear shade of red that I cannot stand. And you got to be careful with the stuff, because if it gets on anything, it's immediately going to stain it, and you can't get it out. That red dye just does not come out. There must be a little bit of spice in that, because it's got my nose running just slightly. So the little bit of chili and stuff that's in there, chili powder, spices, is just slightly spicy, just very, very little. What's up, Jesse Michael? You guys got to go check out Jesse Michael's channel. Jesse and Mickey Joe, both of those guys. CT, watching all those channels all the time. CT's channel is hard to find. If you just type, you know, it's actually kind of difficult to navigate and find on YouTube, unfortunately. Alright, I'm going to go for a four, not fur. I'm going to go for a pear, even though I did say fur. Get a bite of one of these pears here. Let's see how these things are. Super fresh. Not overly sweetened with this syrup. So a slight bit of sugar added, I would say. But it's not so bad that it's unbearable. And the pears themselves are really nice and fresh. They look fantastic. Good stuff. I can already tell you, these super hard banana chips like this are not going to be my favorite. They're just way too crunchy from like a banana, in my opinion. Oh, that's actually not bad. That was a pretty thin one, maybe. With the banana chips like this, I find the thinner they are, the better. When they dry out, they get the texture's much better. If they're thicker, they just, It's like chewing on pebbles almost. These are pretty good, and they're fresh. Really nice and fresh. And of course, these are Reese's Pieces. I'm going to mix a little bit of everything in there. Piece of the coconut. Oh my. Now that. Ow. That is like. I can't eat it. It's like chewing a rock. That's ridiculous. Maybe I just got a bad piece. Let's see. I'm going to try a different one. That one was nowhere near as bad, but wasn't good either. Yeah, you'd have to be careful eating that. Those chunks of coconut, that one that I just spit out, I had to spit it out because it would have broken a tooth. I will say I did try. G Schultz says I tried a Burger King taco and was not impressed. It doesn't take much to impress me with fast food. Agreed. You know, I don't expect much out of fast food because it is what it is. You know, you got to set your expectations considering what the circumstances and the conditions. And with the fast food, I'm like you, man. It doesn't take a whole lot to impress me. But I've never had one of the Burger King tacos. I can only imagine that they are crap. Oh, you guys were talking about McDonald's pizza, I guess. And our McDonald's sold pizza up until about a year ago, and they sold it forever. Like, I never even knew that it was a special thing, really. I mean, most of my teenage years and early, my 20s, I never really thought about the pizza being a thing. And then, let's see, it was probably about 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. I was in there, and there was a couple people in there that had ordered a pizza, and they said that they drove all the way from Maine to our McDonald's to get a pizza and make a video about it. I'm sure it's here on YouTube somewhere. But it was the Pomeroy, Ohio McDonald's that had pizza forever. And they also, the Pomeroy, Ohio McDonald's was the #1 rated McDonald's in all of Ohio for many years. It is a fantastic McDonald's, I will say that. You know, I go other places, obviously. I've stayed in Times Square in New York for months. And there's a huge 3 different level or 4 level McDonald's right there in Times Square. And I thought, okay, if McDonald's is going to be good, it's going to be this one. Like, they're going to try to be the best they can be right here. And every McDonald's that I ate at in New York City didn't even come close to the McDonald's back home here. The McDonald's, and I know it sounds weird because all McDonald's food's pretty much the same, but there's something about, I guess, the grease and the way it's cooked. I don't know, but our McDonald's is very good. I used to love the Big New Yorker pizza that they had at Pizza Hut in the 90s. Pizza Hut. Now, I do like that dunking pizza that they have, but it's not like the one that they had before. The one that they had before, the crust of that dunking pizza that Pizza Hut had like the same stuff that the breadsticks have. That it's like a Parmesan cheese mix with butter, garlic butter and stuff like that. That was really good. Oldsmokey, New York City's New York City. Food tastes different. Water's different. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That was weird. It would be cool to try different McDonald's from all around. It'd be cool to be able to try them at the same time. You know what I mean? So you'd have to do a really hardcore flight trip or really hardcore driving trip. Round up as much as you could from different areas. Let them all get cold and then heat them all up. Or eat them all cold. To be able to do that, I guess. Let's see how the coffee fared. Our sweet and creamy that dumped out all through the bag. I didn't think about it, but this could have been, the powder could have been contaminated with that poutine that had leaked out. I don't think it'll kill me. The poutine didn't smell that bad. Almost edible. Almost still edible. Curious about this Mars bar. Okay, the coffee, where I added some extra Nescafe into this, it definitely high on the tannins. It's got that nice bitter dry sensation that you get on your tongue, and it's definitely sweet. I did add some sweetened condensed milk to it also, though. So there's not really much to taste test or judge there, because it's not even close to being original to the ration. But neither's the main, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I can't remember the last time I had a Mars bar, man. As far as like this. It doesn't have a description. Okay, yeah, it does. Let me pull this wrapper back out if I can. Stuck back to it. Oh. Right there, it says it's peanut free. And down here, it just says candy bar. Just says candy bar. Yep. No description of what the bar actually is supposed to be, unless maybe it's right here. Sure to read this. Make sure to read the label every time. Other Mars bar products made outside of Canada may contain peanuts. So this was made in Canada. I don't know what is inside this, if it's nougat or what. I don't think it's a solid chocolate bar like the vintage American Mars bar that I had last week. Oh, okay. So we have a chocolate nougat or something, and caramel. Looks like a Milky Way. Let's see. Yeah, that tastes like a Milky Way. Like that chocolate nougat. It's really nice and light and airy. Creamy. The caramel's a really high quality caramel. I will say that it's one of the better caramels I've had in a candy bar like this. I'll be right back, guys. Running out it. Let some air in here. So we're having an issue with our central air unit. It's basically brand new. It was installed last year. It's a year old. And it messed up whenever I went to the meetup last year, which was basically right after it was installed. They said it was a fuse. But now that it started warming up this year, the air conditioning part, the A coil inside in the house part freezes solid. So it's low on Freon, but it obviously has a leak because it done this last year. And it's a brand new unit. They're going to have to replace the inside unit. And we're not allowed to work on it ourselves, but because of the quarantine, they're closed. So what are you supposed to do? I mean, it's not fair. Not fair at all. Not that I would have the Freon to put in the daggone thing anyway, which I know is what it needs. Yeah, I gotta say, the Mars bar, pretty much like I mean, in my opinion, it's the same thing as a Milky Way. Tastes the same. The caramel might be a little higher quality in the Mars bar. I like that. This is not going to sound like that. That's strange. So I got a good bit of the air out of this. So essentially what you have here... Whoa, Bob! Hello, my brother. Can't stay long, Bob says. Hey, Bob, since you're on here, question. Does my discount code still work for you guys over there? Holy crap, it came through twice. That can't be right. I think that was an accident. Do you want me to... I think I can refund that. I can't do it right now, but I think I can do it after. Yeah, it looks like you might have done that twice, dude. Oh, okay. Miss Hamilton says she just used my code. Fantastic. Well, that's awesome. So the code does still work. Well, thanks for the super chat there, Bob. And yeah, I probably should. I'm probably going to need to refund you one of those because I think you might have accidentally done it twice. Let's see. Now it doesn't look so hot. This doesn't look as good as it did in the bag or earlier. There we go. Oh my goodness. That is so fruity. Oh, he said it wasn't an accident. All coupon codes are still active, Bob says. So, like I was telling at the beginning of this live stream, the links to Minotaur and MRE Nation are right at the top of the description. And my OS 10 code is still functional. So you guys can use the Oldsmokey 10 OS 10 code and get a 10% discount on your order at Minotaur, or it's the same code for both MRE Nation and at Minotaur Trading Company. So I'll tell you what, I'm not going to eat all this right now. I'm going to throw this in my refrigerator. Oh, it's sweet, it's tangy, it's fruity. The mixed fruit is so natural. The flavor is so natural. It tastes like a mix between blueberry, strawberry, cherry. It just all kinds of fruit flavors mixing together. And it smells so good. Something bigly huge is coming this week. Subscribe to Mickey Joe's channel. You guys got to check out Mickey Joe's channel. I should have videos out by the end of next weekend. Like I said, I got one film today. I have not been able to fix my editing problem, my editing software problem. The new computer does not want to download, or I guess that's the word I'm looking for, download the software that I need. And I've tried new software, and it wouldn't do that either. So I don't know what's going on. But I'll be right back. I'm going to throw this in the fridge. So, it might be, is it J-Mo's birthday tomorrow, Mickey? If it is, happy birthday, J-Mo. Yes. Alright, good deal. Well, happy birthday, J-Mo. Hope you have a good one there with your dad. Keep him out of trouble. Alright, how did I open these? I don't remember. But, yeah, oh yeah, here we go. Getting into the smokes here that History Savior sent along. I'm going to take this one right here off the end. It's a very delicate process. Trying to get these out of here without ripping them or anything. They are missing a little bit of tobacco on this end right here. So I'm going to light that end. Actually, I probably should light the other end. Just smoke out of this hollow end. A little bit of manipulation by my fingers here. These are the World War II Nazi smokes. Look at that. That's a really interesting... Here, let me see if I can get it to focus. That is an interesting design on there. It looks like three women in like a field. Are they picking like tobacco or what? Let me look at this with my eyes. Looks like they're around like a sunflower or something. It's not wanting to stay focused on it because... There we go. Can anybody tell exactly what that is going on in that design there? It's really interesting. And if Karsten's here, I would love to get his translation on what this name would be in English. G. Schultz says it's a tobacco plant. Yeah, it may be. Maybe a tobacco plant. That's what my first thought was, but then I was like, I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the sun. Because I'm looking at it through the camera, just like you guys are. And then I tried to look at it with my eyes. But it's really interesting that they went through and printed that onto the cigarette itself. Sort R6. Sort R6 on the bottom there. I'm fascinated by these. I've never had the German smokes other than these right here. I do have some repops, but they're not, there's nothing legit about those. So to smoke this, I definitely want some matches. I do not want to light this with a lighter. I guess some US matches will be appropriate. I think these are old matches. Older. Yeah, they'll have to work. Yeah, these will work. It's cool because I'm going to be able to just throw my soup into the microwave because it's in that Melmac bowl when we finish up, so I don't have to hurry up and eat it all right now while it's hot. Alright, let me get this thing lit. Actually, you know what? No, before I do that, I'm going to take my pocket knife and clip a little bit of this paper off the end right here so it doesn't get all weird. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, that'll be better. Okay, new match. Need a new match. Man, this is right up there and rivals some of the best World War II smokes that I've had before. You know what? Forgot about the Coca-Cola. Totally forgot about it after that main debacle. It's room temperature now. It's warm. Maybe I should save it till next week. But next week I should have a bunch of new drinks that Gabe is actually sending to me. I think they'll probably be here by next week. So this thing hits like a champ too. It doesn't hit too hard, and it's not like drawing air. It's not restricted, which sometimes you get with the older smokes. Like something will happen to the tobacco where it'll either be too moist or it'll be packed too much or smashed or something. And this right here, it's hitting better than a new Camel wide or a Camel non-filter. Save the Coke, it'll be even older next week. 2022 would have been the best, you know, it'd be 20 years old. But it's definitely lost a lot of its color. You guys, I'm sure you can tell some, but I don't know if you guys have seen this. The cell phone, the OnePlus 8 Pro, actually has X-ray vision. And I thought, I clicked on the video and I'm like, yeah, whatever. That's stupid. That's not real. And I watched the video, and surprisingly, anything that like thin black plastic or a black t-shirt or anything like that, it can see right through it. It's absolutely amazing, the technology now that we have. Who would have ever thought that there would be actual X-ray vision on a camera? Like, yeah, a heat sensor picking up heat, yes, I could kind of envision that and understand that. But X-ray vision, I don't understand. And it's some sort of filter that goes on the camera, and it's really amazing. If you guys have not seen that or heard of that, check that out. I watched it on the Unbox Therapy channel. That video that he's got up there, you know, he demonstrates the power of the X-ray vision, more or less, on the camera. And it's really interesting. And I guess Sony had it like 25, 30 years ago on a camera. It was a really high-powered infrared camera, and they put a filter on that infrared camera that Sony had, and it had the same effect. That would be awesome. Okay, what history saviors say? I watched Capone last night. Really good movie. Got me thinking, though, what happens to people like that stuff. Yeah, that's the government takes most of it, and people that work in the FBI or the CIA end up with a lot of that stuff in their houses, or they'll auction it off and they'll keep all the money from stuff like that. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Those smokes are not made like that anymore. You are correct. I will throw a photo on the channel one day for you guys. Wait a minute. I'm reading backwards history. I'm trying to go back and see what... Oh, to suit up for an NHL game with... Yeah. Smokey, any chance you do a live on Tuesday, the 26th? Your birthday? No. Tuesday I won't be home. Tuesday I will be... I don't think I'd even be home in time. I might be able to. It's possible. I will keep it in mind, though, for sure. Yep, Miss Sunshine. I will keep that in mind and see what I can do to try to put something cool together. And I will definitely make an attempt to do that Tuesday. But Tuesday, I definitely have a doctor's appointment that I'll be out of town the majority of the day. Miss Marilyn says this one was bad. I never miss bad mains, Marilyn. Oh, CT. Yeah, CT. I don't know when you came in, but obviously I got this 2019 IMP from you, so you have to go back and see what happened to it. It's really interesting. It's not something I've ever encountered before, and to be quite frank about it, I like encountering new things like that. It keeps things interesting and keeps things fresh. So for that to have happened, yeah, it's a bummer that I didn't get to eat the poutine, but at the same time, it's really interesting to see something like that happen. It obviously was a seal issue. It's improper seal at the manufacturer. I didn't even look to see if that was made in Canada or the U.S. I didn't even check. And I threw I don't have the box or nothing. So the Mars bar compared to the old Mars bar, the old American Mars bar, there's no comparison. They're not even in the same category. Sounds like someone tampered with it. No, I mean it you can see I opened it right here live for everybody, so it hadn't been tampered with. It was still all sealed, and the box was still well sealed. Same as a Milky Way. Yep, that's exactly what I said. It's pretty much the same as a Milky Way. I would say that the caramel in this is slightly better. Um, that's my opinion. Oh, you confessing? That's a good question. Are you confessing, CT? Did you tamper with the main in this? Not only was it the main that was, it was also the what was this called? Sweet and creamy Nescafe coffee. Sleeping outside tonight, and it is bitterly cold out here. Well, that sounds interesting. Sleeping outside. It's not cold here. I wish it was. The last couple of days it's warmed up, and it was staying pretty daggone cool here. And now it's getting up probably close to 80 today, 75 to 80. But with my AC not working properly, it's getting stuffy in here quite quickly. I mean, it didn't get roasting hot in here yet today, and if it gets much hotter than it is right now, I'm going to have to go buy a couple window air conditioners and one of those ones that you put in the, you just set in the middle of the floor and run some ductwork to a window. Those inside units like that, they work really, really good if you get the bigger BTU ones. I gotta say, History Savior, these smokes are pretty daggone amazing, man. I'm enjoying this thing more with each drag. It just has that really nice, full, aged tobacco flavor. It's kind of like a little bit of a floral flavor, and outside of the word aged, it's really hard to put a flavor with this, with what I'm picking up.
Open the Coke.
Why?
Read your chat.
Oh. I'm not forgetting the Coke. It's just hot now. I forgot about it earlier because of the whole main debacle. Bus stop keeps saying open the Coke. Bus stop, I can't stand a Mars bar. This is not bad. It's just, this is not, wouldn't be my first choice of a candy bar to pick up. Not even probably like 10th on my list. Starting to burn my fingers, but I want to smoke the whole thing. If I get as much out of that as I can. It's definitely getting down to the nitty gritty. Yeah, that thing's good and hot now. There's not, want to drink it cold. Three Musketeers are okay. I mean, Reese's sticks are really good. I don't even know if they still make the Nutrageous bars. Reese's, the Nutrageous. I love a Zagnut. Zagnut is one of my favorite candy bars. They're not very common to see. You don't see them everywhere. They're just not as popular maybe as they once were. When I was a kid, they were a lot more popular. And I remember seeing commercials for Zagnuts when I was a kid, and I haven't seen any type of advertising for a Zagnut in years. I haven't heard of an O. Henry bar in years. I haven't seen an O. Henry bar in a long time. Probably been about 3 years since I had one got sent in. Someone sent me one into the channel here. It's probably been about 3 years, I would say. Yeah. I think I'm going to save the rest of those pears and put them in that yogurt. That mixed berry yogurt. I think chop those up real fine. Add the syrup and the pears over into the yogurt. And have me a really nice fruity dessert. You could also pepper in some of just the powder from this fruit punch into it and really spice up that yogurt. The mixed berry mixed with the fruit punch probably wouldn't be too bad. But as it stands on its own, that yogurt, the mixed berry yogurt drink mix, is really nice and natural and creamy and fruity all on its own. Chain smoking, but I'm going for a Camel. This thing feels like it's still got a bunch in it, but it doesn't. It's because of this internal holder that's in there. Let's see, 2, 4, 5. I've got 5, and then I've got 1 in my humidor that I took to New York. So I usually light this one with the lighter that K-Man sent me a few years back. I don't know, something probably like 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, sent it to me on my birthday. The Vegas lighter. Is it going to light? Oh, it did. 30-year-old Camel. Ain't no thing. These are Camel lights, but they do not taste like a Camel light at all. So, how many of you guys like Domino's pizza? That's. I see a pizza discussion happening in the chat. Curious if anybody's ready to take off from the live stream or coming in or out. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down, whichever you prefer. The bacon jam and some other goodies. They are time sensitive. Okay, I checked my mail yesterday, and there was nothing in it yesterday. But that sounds interesting. Bacon jam. Well, thank you for sending that, by the way. And some other goodies, and they are time sensitive. So then maybe I can hit this Tuesday evening live stream. But like I said, I know it'll be late when I get back. So I probably won't even get home until like 7:30, I would say. And I'll be leaving the house at like 7:30, 8 o'clock roughly, I think. Something like that. So I'm gone like 12 hours. Lemony? Really? You must have a weird Domino's where you're at. I don't pick that up at all. Well, our Domino's is good, but usually I get the thin crust from Domino's. I'm a fan of the thin crust. I like that, they cut it in squares, which is, it doesn't make it taste any different, but something about that being cut in squares is just good for me. I like the square cut. It's not a square pizza; it's a round pizza cut in squares. Open the Coke. Nah, I don't really want to because it's so hot. I wanted to open it right in the very beginning after I unboxed that IMP, and then I ended up getting sidetracked because it was so fudged. Aletha's Pizza. I guess we'll go ahead and why not? I don't care. No point in saving it. Sure, I can get others. Others say that are you saying that others say that that it's lemony? Love the hand toss with garlic butter brushed on. I just saw, the reason I asked is because I saw that that Domino's stock prices have went consistently higher than any other pizza company in the recent couple 2-3 years, and I just, maybe it's a trend that most folks prefer it. I was wondering. I've never had a lemon flavored from Domino's, I think is what you meant. Little Caesars is good when you get it when they first make it, not when it's been sitting there a day. Yeah. Not a fan myself, really, of Little Caesars. You're right. I would say as long as you eat it hot and fresh, then Little Caesars is fine. But yeah, it turns into like the cheese has got, I'm sure it contains some sort of that weird plasticky stuff. It has the name plastic in it, I'm sure that's contained in that cheese, because when that stuff sets out and gets, cold pizza, the cheese turns into like plastic, and it's really weird, and the texture's weird and everything like that. Geno's is a big thing here where I lived. I don't think Geno's is really got much reach as far as their area is concerned. Geno's got started here, right around here. Bob Evans started not far from here. It's about a 45-minute to an hour drive to where Bob Evans started. Tudor's Biscuit World also got started here. Tudor's and Geno's used to be in the same building together, all over the place. Not so much anymore. Tried to warm up some Little Caesars from last night, and Frank's Red Hot couldn't even save it. Well, let's see if this thing's still carbonated. I'm curious to find out. I was going to have this with my meal, and I did. I just 100% forgot about it after the sidetrack. Let's see if we get a hiss. Well, that's on there. Ugh. Ooh. My live stream almost kicked off as I'm opening this. Yep. Still had a hiss. Okay. Underneath the cap looks good. Well, no it doesn't. Look at that. That is cruddy and nasty. Let's see if I can straighten this cap back out some. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Well, let's see if I can get you. See all that crap on there? Yeah, I'm not too keen on. That must be rust. Not really sure. I'm trying to wipe it off the best I can. It's still going to keep that design of the cap, as you can see. And give it a smell. See what it smells like. It smells. Okay, I'm definitely picking up the rust metallic smell, but I'm also picking up the Coca-Cola smell, the cola. Let's see how it's held up. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. So the carbonation is all there. It's lost a little bit of its flavor, I would say. I'd say it's probably like maybe 60% of what it should be as far as the cola flavor, the Coca-Cola flavor. It has a little bit of the spoilage going on. There must be some sort of chemical in there that's gone bad. It's probably the corn syrup. It just hasn't aged very well. The high fructose corn syrup. Probably not. Maybe it's the addition of the caramel color, the phosphoric acid, and whatever the natural flavors are. Whatever those might be. But as far as the sugar, which is more or less the high fructose corn syrup, yeah, that sugar doesn't really spoil or go bad, but it can inherently pick up things from around it. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about this. Last night I happened to catch this, and for some reason I didn't change the channel. Usually I would, but I clicked over on the History Channel, and I was watching that show that they made. It's called After People, and they kind of break down, you know, 3 months after people, 6 months after people, 3 years, and I think they skip from like 6 months to 3 years without people, and so on. And what was interesting was this was called The Last Supper. So this particular episode was just about food mainly, and well, that was the main premise of the this particular episode was what happens around food and animals searching for food and what happens in a grocery store. So back in like '96, I think it was, there was a grocery store in, I think it was Houston, Texas. It was in Texas for sure. That the owners went bankrupt and just abandoned the grocery store. They put closed signs up on the grocery store and they didn't empty any of the food out. And the power was off, obviously. I don't know how long the power stayed on after they left, but it was 3 months or 6 months. I can't remember if it was 3 or 6 months. I think it was 3. 3 months later, the neighbors were complaining about the smell coming from the grocery store. And the CDC sent in people with CDC workers with hazmat suits to clean the mess up. And it was so crazy, funky. And watching what happens to the cans, that a lot of the canned goods stay good, and they can stay good for a long time. Just depends on when the things were canned, if they actually killed all the microorganisms that were in there. Now, those microorganisms are fine as long as they're in small numbers and you eat that can of canned goods within 3 to 5 years, I would say. But after that, if those microorganisms are in there and they obviously breed, they more and more of them, they multiply, and they are feeding off the food inside, and they create gases inside, and they can live in this environment. And that's what causes cans to bloat up and explode. Botulism is definitely a high possibility on something like that, but it was so fascinating to see all the different things that happened just in that 3 months inside that grocery store in Texas. It was 3 or 6 months. I think it was 3. But really fascinating episode. I would refer anyone to find that episode from it was called The Last Supper, and from the History Channel. They had some really cool other stuff too. That was Da Vinci's Last Supper painting was actually the paint that he created for that contains food, and it showed what happened to it when it starts breaking down. That painting's been restored 5 times, I think, maybe 6 times over the years, and now it's in an environment which really cool information. Love that stuff, and got some really good food information in there as well. And that's not something I expected to see on that particular type of show. I would say there's only one episode like that is all about the food, but definitely a good watch. You guys should check it out. I really enjoyed it. All right, guys. Well, pretty much wraps up this meal, and the Coca-Cola is fantastic. 18-year-old Coca-Cola. And as you can see, it's still very well carbonated. According to the military manual I have, they make biological weapons from the toxins produced by botulism. They do. You're 100% correct. It is the most deadly toxin in the world. Botulism is. And they also make Botox from it. That tells you anything. Let's inject some of that in our face. Yep. Yeah, the Coca-Cola surprised me. Again, it's lost a little bit of its flavor, but outside of that, and of course the fading of the coloring, I'm not putting my lips around this crap. This side here is much cleaner, obviously. I'm just kind of pressing my lips to the top here because I don't want to taste the rust. Yeah, I guess. I'll probably just have those some other time. Throw them in my extra bucket. I've still got a lot of food I got to eat. Got that, which I might actually, if I'm saving that, I'm definitely making a wrap out of that. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll throw this over top of the bowl like this, and I'll throw that in the microwave for about 25-30 seconds, and that'll soften that up because it's about ready to crack down the middle. And oh yeah, there's the good stuff in the bottom. Oh well. Yep. That's metal that was in there. Tastes like exactly what you would think. And you can tell that's got kind of a blue tint to it. That greenish blue glass tint. Classical Coca-Cola bottle. Put this nasty lid back on here. And I'll take a pair of pliers and fix that. Rinse it out and fix it. And keep that on display. Yeah. Alright, now I want to say a huge thanks to my patrons. Without you guys, things like this right here, as a matter of fact, wouldn't be possible. And also, without the help of CT, wonderful guy hooking it up. Filmed a video with stuff from CT today. And Rod Garage every day. You have a 1995 Coke. Well, that's awesome. That's probably going to be just as well. It just depends. I don't want to tell anybody to drink old stuff. So, yeah, I assume it would probably be okay, but I'd never tell you for sure that it is or not. Just testing it out myself. That's kind of on me. So, but yeah, man, I dig the old Coca-Colas, the old Pepsis. I've got a Diet Pepsi that has saccharin in it that says right on it, it's warning, this product contains cancer-causing materials, or that's been proven to cause cancer in lab animals. And the warning's right on the freaking lid. It's kind of crazy. The last year they made that was 1988. The bottle I have, I think, is from like 1979. So I have like a 41-year-old bottle of Pepsi that has the cancer warning on the lid, on the cap, just like this. So I'll be drinking that at some point. I don't know when, but that's definitely one I want to try out. Coca-Cola shouldn't go bad in 20 years. Sugar is the best. Yeah, you're correct. It is one of the best preservatives. I gotta say, salt's better though. Salt is a much better preservative. And honey, if sealed properly, can last forever. Legit forever. Oh, they were talking about the honey that I want to try in that episode as well. And that episode must be pretty old, but I'd never seen it until last night. So, yeah, it was really cool. You guys should definitely check that episode out if you get a chance. Dad has the Coke. Your dad has the Coke. Well, that's cool. It's cool that a lot of people collect Coca-Cola. So you'll see a lot of older Coca-Colas that are still sealed around because they made them as a collector's item, just like this one. I don't think that they expected people to open them 18, 20, 30, 40 years later, but people do it, and I do it. So, but yeah, I wanted to say a huge thanks to my patrons, you guys. Again, without you guys, things like this wouldn't be possible. I save that cash and spend nothing on nothing but the channel. That goes directly right back into the channel. That's what I bought the computer with. I think I might end up actually having to buy another computer. Unfortunately, that's kind of the way it's looking. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So, guys, thank you guys for hanging out during this live stream for 2 hours. I super appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down, whichever way you feel about it. Either way, I'm fine with that. Just let them know. You have an empty Coke from 1957. I'd like to find myself a full Coke from like the 30s, or maybe it's the 20s. I would love to have that original formula of Coca-Cola and try it. Even though it's quite illegal stuff in it, but I would still like to see how far off the Coca-Cola flavor that's been around now for decades. The flavor that Coca-Cola is right now, even today, and as it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, has not changed in decades. But they did go through some changes. Coca-Cola went through some changes. Pepsi-Cola went through some changes. They went through the Cola Wars, which I did a really interesting. I thought I did awesome and an awesome Pepsi challenge for the show, and it didn't make it. Didn't make the show, and I don't think it's going to make a webisode either. So, but I guess they've been releasing a lot of the webisodes. There's some that I haven't seen yet, so I need to get caught up on those eating history webisodes. You guys watch it on demand on your cable or satellite provider, or watch it on history.com. You can also get it on iTunes. You can buy it here on YouTube. You can buy the entire season or one episode. So definitely support eating history. And also, I know this is a thing that most people won't do, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. Message History TV and just the History Channel on Instagram, Twitter, every social media, Facebook, even here on YouTube, and tell them that you want to see a season 2 of Eating History. I seen a couple days ago that they actually canceled Project Blue Book. Couldn't believe that when I saw it. I was like, what? Because it was like number 1 rated new cable drama or something like that for whatever day it played on. I think it was Tuesday or Monday. I think they switched. I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I can't remember what day it was on, but I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that they're not making another season of that, because I know that show's been doing well and people enjoy it and want to see it. I know I want to see it, but it is what it is. Hopefully it'll get saved. The people that can save that show are you guys. And I'll throw in my 2 cents as well. I will take the effort to go and message them and tell them I want to see a season 3 of Project Blue Book. I'm sure they're not going to listen to just one guy, so it takes the masses. So anybody that would like to see a season 2 of Eating History, tell them to hit them up on social media and tell them that you want to see a season 2 of Eating History. But all right, guys. Again, awesome you guys hanging out. I will shoot for a Tuesday. Again, I got a lot going on Tuesday. I am actually going to try, because I was asked to do it on Tuesday, and I will make an attempt. He was on a ride to ran into Darth Vader. Can't watch any history show because no TV or TV service, and can't watch on their website. Yeah, you got to have some sort of service to watch on their website, which sucks. I have a cable, so it somehow automatically connects me to history.com. I don't have any way to share that with people, or I would. Let's see what. Yeah, the only other way to watch it is to actually purchase the stuff here on YouTube or on iTunes or whatever. You can buy it anywhere like that, I guess. From what I was told, I don't know. I've never been on iTunes myself, not once in my entire life. I've never been on there, but yeah, you definitely hit them up on all their social media outlets. Tell them you want to see a season 2. I would be greatly appreciated, because I'd love to film another season and kind of take it to another level. I think there's things that are much more extreme out there, and we can get a little deeper with it. And plus, people been sending things in for a season 2. That's been happening for months now. People been sending things in, so there's probably already some cool material. Plus, I know what we had left over from season 1. There was stuff we didn't get to that is awesome, and there's some really cool stuff from my personal collection, and a couple things that I had them pick up that was military. Rod, hang on. Trying, buddy. Let's see. Okay, you said read my last comment twice. Yes, comment on the History Channel's sites. Is that what you meant? We have a 1937 dated sparkling water bottle from the Hagerstown Coca-Cola bottling plant. I have one of those Coca-Cola waters back here in my collection as well. 1937, that's a good one though. It's a really good one. G. Schultz says, I have Hulu but can't watch Eating History because I don't have a cable provider to see newer shows like that. Yeah, it's like, it was on Hulu Live, whatever that is. I didn't even know that was a thing until someone told me that our TV show was on it. I wish they would just add it to the regular Hulu, and then anybody with Hulu could watch our show, and I think a lot of people would watch it through Hulu if they knew about it, and we could get the word out. That's been the whole problem. Was me and Josh mainly trying to get the word out to people about Eating History. I don't have that much reach on social media. Right here on YouTube's the only thing I've ever really had. So I didn't have an Instagram. I didn't have a Twitter. I didn't have any of that stuff. I'll never have a Facebook. Sorry, I just can't, won't, whatever. I'll never do it. I didn't really want to have the other ones either. But I did it just to have, a little bit of extra reach from the show, and also to share some things from behind the scenes for the show. If you guys haven't checked out my Instagram, it's at Real Oldsmokey. You guys can go check that out, and there's some behind the scenes stuff over there. It's kind of cool to check out from Eating History. But all right, guys, I've pestered you enough. Hit up the History Channel. Tell them you want to see a season 2 of Eating History, and thank you guys for hanging in here. Hit that thumbs up or down, whichever, before you take off out of here. I really appreciate you guys. And I guess really all I got left to do is say, I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.